Let's jump straight in, but first, quick favor. If you like sharp breakdowns of how the mind actually works, hit subscribe now. These patterns show up everywhere, and once you see them, you can't unsee them. Alright, let's begin. Number 6. Survival genius. Imagine a world where intelligence is judged by a single question. Did you make it through today without dying in a spectacularly embarrassing way? If yes, congratulations, you're operating at the survival genius tier. This is the most primitive level of intelligence, and ironically, it does the most heavy lifting for humanity. It knows fire burns, cliffs kill, and anything that smells like a failed science project probably shouldn't go in your mouth. It's why you jump before you understand why you jumped. Your brain isn't reasoning, it's reacting. No spreadsheets, no philosophy, just instincts and adrenaline. This intelligence runs on ancient software, pure caveman firmware, the part of your brain that yells "move" before your conscious mind even clocks the danger. It doesn't care about logic, ethics, or whether your reaction will look dumb later. Its only mission is simple: keep your organs where they belong. And here's the irony. People love to make fun of this level of intelligence right up until it saves their life. That strange gut feeling telling you not to take a certain street? That's not anxiety. That's survival genius processing 1,000 microsignals your conscious brain is ignoring. Body language, silence, timing, vibes. It's Sherlock Holmes, but sweaty and mildly terrified. This same intelligence also causes spectacularly dumb moments. Touching a hot can, just to be sure. Running back into danger because you forgot your phone. Evolution didn't plan for smartphones, it planned for predators. People operating at this level aren't stupid, they're optimized. Fast, reactive, emotional, perfect for emergencies, and absolutely disastrous for online comment sections. In short, this intelligence is your brain's bouncer. It doesn't debate, it removes threats and hopes for the best. Number 5. Rule follower intelligence. This one is criminally underrated. Rule follower intelligence is the ability to understand systems, respect them, and function inside them without immediately trying to burn everything down. You actually read instructions. You follow procedures. You don't assume you basically get it and then break something expensive. You understand that rules aren't designed to ruin fun. They exist to prevent chaos, lawsuits, and explosions. This intelligence thrives where structure matters. Law, math, grammar, engineering, medicine, bureaucracy, environments where precision beats vibes and improvisation can get people hurt. From an evolutionary standpoint, this intelligence allowed societies to grow. Someone had to remember the rituals, the agreements, the boundaries. Someone had to say, "No, we do it this way because last time we didn't, Kevin died." The weakness is rigidity. When pushed too far, rule follower intelligence becomes hostile to creativity. It panics around uncertainty. It treats change like an insult. These people often get labeled boring, but they're the skeleton holding civilization upright. Without them, planes wouldn't land, bridges would fail, and no one would understand taxes, which, to be fair, is already barely under control. Essentially, this intelligence stops the world from turning into a group project where nobody read the instructions. Number 4. Problem hacker. This is the intelligence that sees a problem and instantly thinks, okay, but what if we don't do it the normal way? Problem hacker intelligence thrives on shortcuts, workarounds, and creative rule bending that somehow still produces results. You don't hate rules, you just treat them like loose suggestions. If there's a faster method, you'll find it. If there's a loophole, you'll stumble into it within minutes. Your thinking doesn't move in straight lines. It zigzags, jumps, and occasionally teleports. This intelligence evolved from improvisation under pressure. When tools broke, plans failed, or resources disappeared, some humans adapted by getting clever instead of getting stronger. Sticks became levers, rocks became weapons, lies became social tools. Innovation wasn't born from comfort, it was born from desperation. The downside? You're violently allergic to busy work. The moment something feels pointless, your brain goes on strike. You'll happily spend 2 hours engineering a clever system just to avoid a task that takes 10 minutes, not because it's efficient, but because it feels ethically correct. Problem hackers thrive in chaos, startups, emergencies, creative fields, anywhere the instructions are missing, broken, or actively lying. You're the person everyone suddenly calls when things go sideways because for some reason you're calmer when everything is on fire. But give you a clear, structured path and you start to rot from boredom. You poke at things just to see what happens. You optimize the fun right out of existence. In short, your brain is a raccoon in a lab coat, brilliant, resourceful, and absolutely ignoring every safety rule. Number 3. Abstract thinker. This is where intelligence starts to levitate. Abstract thinker intelligence isn't focused on what is, but on what could be. Ideas, theories, metaphors, imagined futures, this is your natural habitat. You don't just absorb facts, you weave connections between completely unrelated fields. Physics starts sounding like music. Psychology feels architectural. You explain complicated concepts using metaphors that make people either light up with understanding or quietly reconsider standing next to you. Evolution didn't urgently require this kind of intelligence, civilization did. This is the tier that gave us philosophy, mathematics, art, religion, and that one friend who asks deeply unsettling questions at 2 a.m. The drawback is disconnection. Abstract thinkers often struggle with practical reality. Time becomes optional. Reality feels flexible. You forget to eat, sleep, or respond to messages because your mind is busy constructing alternate universes. People sometimes mistake this intelligence for arrogance. It's not. Your brain just operates 5 floors above ground level, and you occasionally forget that stairs exist. Basically, reality sent you a message and your brain left it on red while debating the meaning of existence. Number 2. Knowledge hoarder. This intelligence runs on a single justification. This might be useful someday. Knowledge hoarder intelligence collects information the way dragons collect gold, obsessively, protectively, and with no immediate plan. You love learning for its own sake, not because you need the knowledge right now, but because not knowing feels wrong. You fall into research rabbit holes. You watch documentaries at hours reserved for bad decisions. You read comment sections for context and instantly regret it. From an evolutionary perspective, this intelligence preserved culture, stories, techniques, history, medicine. Someone had to remember things so humanity didn't keep repeating the same lethal mistakes. The downside is mental clutter. Your brain is packed, overflowing. You know hundreds of random facts, but can't remember why you walked into the kitchen. People assume this intelligence automatically equals wisdom. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it just means you know an alarming amount about medieval farming equipment. Essentially, your brain is a Wikipedia page with anxiety and no edit button. Number 1. Integrative intelligence. This is the final boss. Integrative intelligence isn't about dominating a single category, it's about fluidly switching between all of them. Instinct when necessary, logic when required, emotion when appropriate, creativity, strategy, empathy, abstraction, systems thinking. All online, all balanced. You don't trap yourself in one identity. You adapt. You read the room, the situation, the stakes, and your own internal state. You know when to move fast and when to slow down, when to feel deeply and when to step back, when to follow rules and when to bend them without burning everything down. This intelligence evolved last because it's expensive. It demands energy, experience, and failure. A lot of failure. You don't start here. You earn it by being wrong in every other category first. People with this intelligence often appear calm, but that's because chaos feels familiar. They've lived through many versions of themselves, impulsive, emotional, strategic, creative, and learned exactly when each one helps or harms. The downside? You don't fit neatly anywhere. You get misunderstood. People try to label you and get irritated when you refuse to stay in the box. You see nuance where other people crave certainty. You pause before judging because you understand how complicated and inconsistent humans actually are. This intelligence doesn't show off. It doesn't posture. It doesn't argue online just to win imaginary points. It moves quietly through reality with adaptability, restraint, and self-awareness. At its core, this is intelligence that understands intelligence itself isn't a single trait, it's a toolkit, and real mastery is knowing which tool to use in the moment without accidentally hurting yourself. That's it for today. I'll be releasing more videos like this, breaking down how the mind really works. Subscribe if you want to keep exploring these ideas with me.